Woo! Good evening, people. Oh my goodness. Oh, why do I got the feeling this is going to be a fun one? Oh my goodness, people. Okay. Listen. We okay, Clover's thirsty. Man, that sounds so appetizing. Whenever you're ready, Clover, I'll just get on with my show, buddy. Whenever you're ready. Anytime, buddy. No? Yeah? You good? Are you good, buddy? Okay. You want to come say hi? You want to say hi? Come here. Come on. Come here. Come on. Come up here. No? Okay. All right, fine. Don't say hi. Whatever. Anyways, what's up, guys? It's good to see you. Yeah, crazy stuff, man. I've been watching tidbits here and there. I know that attorney Melanie Little went over this today, and Turtle Boy went over it last night. And I caught some of what Turtle Boy was I mean most of what I caught was his history with Krusty Panties. And pretty wild. Yeah, I had a I know some of it, but listening to it last night, I was just like, Jesus Christ.
I think we got a super dad.
Super bad.
I think we got a super dad.
Super bad.
Super dad. Super
Super
dad.
bad.
I think we got a super dad. I think we got a super dad.
Christine Mitchell, thank you so much. Hi, Will. Thank you for everything you do. With much love from the UK. Oh my goodness, we love you too. We love our limeys here. We do, very much so. We love our limeys. And Chantel Caesar, member for 3 months. And somebody gifted 5 memberships. Petty Paralegal gifted 5 memberships earlier. And we've got Sassy Bartender, who's a new member. Wow, you guys are fantastic. All right. Yeah, so I caught Turtle Boys and man, full disclosure, you guys might have been able to tell from my interaction in the chat. I was a little bit more stoned than usual. Like I ate a lot of gummies yesterday. I just kept eating them. I don't know why. I think I was just really tired. It was that I was mixed. It was mixed with being really tired. Like I set a record like move goal yesterday, and I think I had like something like 24,000 steps, just about 24,000 steps total before I went to sleep. Insane. And so so in chat, in Turtle Boys chat, I was just all kinds of things kept coming to mind when visualizing Krusty Panties. It reminds me because there's somebody who is very sweet on her. He's my rock. He's my angel on my shoulder and in my ear, you know, when I feel like I'm being a little bit too judgmental of someone. And I was saying some pretty some pretty I was making some pretty harsh jokes, you know. But my correspondent MC Frost wanted to come in and express how he felt about it. MC, what's up, buddy? what's going on here? Are you there? Are you there?
Became the light on the dark side of me. Love remained a drug that's the high, not the pill. Did you know that when it snows, my eyes become large and the light that you shine can't be seen? Baby, I compare you to a kiss from a rose on the gray. Ooh, the more I get of you, the stranger it feels, yeah. Now that your rose is in bloom.
Okay, thank you. Thank you, MC Frost. Oh God, guess me. Okay, thank you, MC Frost, for that, buddy. Another brilliant, beautiful performance. Yes, yes, MC Frost, absolutely 100%. So we've got the there's a new Bederow letter, okay, that Turtle Boy went over yesterday, and Melanie Little went over today. Melanie Little was kind enough to shoot it on over to me, and so a big shout out to her and thank you for that. And we are going to go over we're going to go over that letter because I caught a lot of it, but you know, I like to react to these things, so I'm not as familiar with it as many of you are, so there is that.
I think we got a super chat. Super fan. I think we got a super chat. Super fan. Super chat. Super fan. I think we got a super chat. I think we got a super chat.
Jack Woods, good to see you repping the B on the brim. Will, absolutely. Let's fucking go. Yes, yes, yes. I have. You guys have dubbed me an official Bostonian, and so I am going to wear it and wear it proudly. Absolutely, 100%. And thank you so much, Jack Woods. Appreciate you. And yes, I am. This is new now. Okay, I'm the anti-Sue O'Connell. It dawned on me last time I was live that I am the anti-Sue O'Connell. I mean, so you have your investigative journalists, right, that work for mainstream media, but they seem to fail to investigate anything. So we have to rely on Aiden to give us all the facts. In this case, Aiden being Aiden Cardi, aka Turtle Boy, from Turtle Boy Daily News. So that's who we have to count on for the facts in this case, unfortunately. And if you want honest commentary from a commentator, okay, I'm stepping up. All right, I'm stepping up, people. That's what's happening here. Okay, I'm Joe Jacksoning the shit out of this. All right, I'm stepping up. Okay, Sue doesn't seem to want to do the job, so I'm taking over Sue's job. I mean, she can keep the job at NBC 10, but apparently, you know, I want to be able to do you guys. I want to do you guys justice here, bro. Okay, because the thing is according to her, you know, she doesn't get paid to stay on social media, so you know she has a life. So she doesn't get paid to stay on social media like the rest of us do, according to her tweets. So, but you guys support me, so the least I could do is just give you guys honest commentary. Now, this isn't a new thing. This isn't a new thing. Before, I just considered myself some asshole with a loud mouth and a YouTube channel. But no more. No more. Okay? I am an independent commentator that is now my official position, folks. I am now an independent commentator. Okay. No longer just some asshole with a YouTube channel, an independent commentator. And I'm going to say it like that every single time now from now on. Way to go, Sue. Thank you so much, Sue O'Connell, for passing the torch. Thank you. Thank you. Okay, now let's move on. Now I want to give I want to send some love to everybody who's in the path of Hurricane Milton at the moment. It does concern me to just be serious for a moment here. It does concern me. And it looks like it's just going to go. It looks like it's headed straight across from the west coast of Florida, across the middle of Florida, just from the Gulf to the Atlantic. And oh yeah, let's take a look at real quick. Oh, no, these are just like the evacuations and whatnot. So this is like Volusia County near Daytona, and looks like they evacuated. So yeah, I mean, I find it a little coincidental that Hurricane Milton is happening right around the same time that this Bederow letter drops. Okay, find it a little coincidental. Okay, everybody wants to blame Biden for the hurricane, saying that he's controlling it. Let me explain something to you. Biden doesn't have that kind of power. Michael Morrissey has that kind of power, and he must be stopped. Okay, so make sure if you're sick and tired of hurricanes, you got to vote Michael Morrissey out of office. Okay, you got to vote Michael Morrissey out of office. If you care about Florida, you locals in Norfolk County need to vote Michael Morrissey out of office. Okay, because Michael Morrissey, in my opinion, in this independent commentator's opinion, Michael Morrissey is responsible for these hurricanes, and you're not going to convince me otherwise. I think it's totally his fault. That's my opinion. I don't have any facts to back this up. Okay, but since when does a commentator need facts? Since when? So yeah, I don't have any facts to back this up, but it is this independent commentator's opinion that Michael Morrissey is absolutely responsible for these hurricanes, this rash of hurricanes during, coincidentally, hurricane season. Like, that's a thing. KPT just became a new member. Thank you so much. So yeah, totally Michael Morrissey's fault. Just saying. So now Krusty Pants has been awfully quiet on Twitter today. I would think that she's probably talking to a lawyer. At least I would hope that she is by now. Because she's gonna need one from what it looks like. And yes, this is a Tiffany shirt. Why is this funny? Why is it funny that I'm wearing a Tiffany shirt? It's not funny. It's not meant to be funny. Like, a lot of things I do are meant to be funny. I love Tiffany. Okay. I think we're alone now. That's how I feel. That song comes into my mind whenever I'm posting this and talking to you guys, because that's how I feel. I think we're alone now. There doesn't seem to be anybody else around except you and us. You and me. That's it. Okay. All of you guys and me. Okay. So, no jokes here. I love Tiffany and I love you guys. Okay. Okay. All right. Now, So here's this Bederow letter. It's nice 15 pages long here. Yeah. Hey, so she sang in the mall, okay? A lot of kids hung out at the mall, and it was a great place to bring the show to the kids. Okay? She's a hero. Stifler's mom member for 11 months. Okay. I love Tiffany. Her and Debbie Gibson were two greats. Still are. So yeah. And thank you for being a member for 11 months. Mall days. I can't believe there's still malls. It's crazy to me. Like I absolutely loathe the mall. I always have. I always end up stuck behind a family of 5 who acts like they've never seen a store indoors before, and they're just staring and walking really slow. And I know exactly what I came to the mall for because I loathe the fucking mall. And I need that family to fucking part like the Red Sea so my Moses ass can get right through, get what I need to do, let my fucking people go, move. I can't stand that shit. I loathe the mall. So there's online shopping, and that's great. It's fantastic. All right. So hold on a second here. So this is dated October 8th, 2024. Yesterday. And it is addressed to Robert Cosgrove, Kenneth Mello, Special Assistant District Attorneys of the Norfolk County District Attorney's Office at 45 Shawmut Road, Canton, Massachusetts. Dear Messrs, okay, all right. That's old Bederow's being very, very literary. On October 1st, 2024, Mr. Cosgrove provided the defense with a recording of Catherine Peters' February 26, 2024 call to the Dedham police. And if you don't know, that's Kate Peter, and also known as Krusty Panties. Due to 2024 call to the Dedham police about an alleged incident that occurred outside the Norfolk County Superior Court. Now, if anybody has a timestamp of Turtle Boys Live yesterday where he played that, please send it to me so I can go over it. I would like to go over that. I didn't even think about it. Where a large crowd had gathered for a hearing in the Karen Reed case. Ms. Peter told the police that Aiden Carney was violating a restraining order by being within 100 yards of Lindsay G as she stood outside the Norfolk County Superior Court while Miss Fake Victim was inside the courthouse. Considering this recording and irrefutable evidence that Miss Peter was or is a quote-unquote source for the Massachusetts State Police investigation into Mr. Carney, we anticipate that she will be a witness at Mr. Carney's upcoming trials. In view of Miss Peters' status as an MSP source, any communications and evidence in her possession regarding the investigation and prosecution of Mr. Carney is deemed to be within your possession, custody, and control. I just want to skip through the sites of other cases here. Prosecution's disclosure obligation extends to anyone who has participated in the investigation or evaluation of the case and who either regularly report or with reference to the particular case have reported to the prosecution. Accordingly pursuant to Brady versus Maryland, blah, 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 blah. Any evidence that Miss Peter acted as an informant or agent of the MSP or Norfolk County District Attorney's Office or Special Assistant District Attorney's Office prosecuting Mr. Carney, the Commonwealth, including but not limited to whether she is a quote-unquote registered as an informant, whether she is active or was deactivated, names of any MSP handlers when she became a source, when she started assisting the MSP and or the Commonwealth with respect to Mr. Carney, and any benefits, promises, rewards, leniency in her own criminal matters or in inducements that she sought, received, or expects in connection with her cooperation against Mr. Carney. All evidence and information in whatever form Ms. Peter furnished to the Commonwealth and or MSP involving the investigation or prosecution of Mr. Carney. Any records of Ms. Peters' communications, including but not limited to email, calls, texts, instant messages, Instagram direct messages, Discord messages, Facebook messages, Twitter X messages, or any other third-part messaging applications related to her contacts and interactions with Mr. Carney, fake victim, Leah Genduzzo, the Commonwealth MSP, or any other law enforcement agency regarding Mr. Carney between October 1st, 2023 and the present, and any documentation or memorialization of statements made by Ms. Peter to the Commonwealth MSP or any other law enforcement agency regarding Mr. Carney and or fake victim in any form, including but not limited to written reports, notes, email, text messages, audio, or video recordings. Ms. Peters' role as a source for the MSP and the Commonwealth. This is a description of that. Now, before I continue, I remember listening to Turtle Boy explain this yesterday, and Turtle Boy was basically explaining that she is now officially, she has inserted herself into Turtle Boy's case, which makes her technically an agent of the case. To what title, I don't know, but she is technically an agent of the case, which means that it is legal for her to look at, it is legal for them to seize and look at, subpoena her materials, her tech. And she is now a witness in this case. So that's it. Like that's it. She basically has forfeited the rights as a civilian at this point, and now she's under the same she falls under the same regulations and rules that say Tully or Mello fall under. So this is this this is not something that I would imagine she counted on, and it's fucking funny. I'm sorry, but it is. It is. Like when you see somebody loud as fuck on social media and then this shit happens, it's really funny. You know, kind of like how they've convinced themselves how funny it is that Turtle Boy got arrested when he did, because that's what people did. They celebrated and they thought, oh my God, look at the big, loud, tough Turtle Boy who writes blogs and all this stuff about people, and now he's under arrest. That's how they justify it in their mind to celebrate his misfortunes, right? But the problem is Turtle Boy is now vindicated in all of those things. In this independent commentator's opinion, he is vindicated in all of these things at this point. All of those things that everybody hates him for, it's showing now that it was absolutely necessary for him to apply the tactics that he did. Whether you like them or not. I don't like them. I don't like them. I've been calling people out for doing similar things for years. But the problem is I also am very, 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 very pro free speech. And I had to take a good, hard look at what was going on with Turtle Boy. Not just what is he doing? I had to ask myself, why was he doing it? I had to look into why he was doing it. Why not only was he doing it, but why was he applying the methods that he was applying? What was the point? Is it because he's an abrasive asshole? Maybe, but I had to look, right? I had to find out. And then it just turns out, and no offense to Turtle Boy, because I would wear this because it's the truth. Maybe what this case needed and what the truth needed was an abrasive asshole to investigate it and expose it. Maybe. I'm kind of convinced that's the case, because I don't think that a soft person, a person with delicate sensibilities, could have gone as far as they did, as far as Turtle Boy did, and gotten the information that he did. I don't think that someone who is who wears kid gloves on everything would have gotten the results that Turtle Boy got. And I'm believing now that his charges and his incarceration were necessary in the grand scheme of all things. In the cosmic, universal, spiritual, whatever the fuck you want to call it, scheme of things, it was necessary. Because now he gets to stand in a court of law that he has to be there for. It's not that he didn't have to arrange it to where I get to stand in front of a judge and expose this shit. They put him there. These people put him there. These people put him on the ultimate stage to explain how the very people who he has been trying to expose for being dirty are absolutely fucking dirty. He is now on the ultimate stage to present this evidence because it's going on legal record. And it's beautiful. It's a fucking work of art. It is a fucking work of art. So the question of whether or not Turtle Boy should do the things that he does or what the fuck, like, shut up. You don't get the luxury of hating Turtle Boy at this point. You don't get the luxury of doing so because A, he's a victim. He's a victim of the system and he has proof. You don't get the luxury of publicly hating Turtle Boy. Now, you have the right to do it, but you're not validated in doing so. You're not justified in doing so anymore. You just aren't. Now, the dude has the ultimate bragging rights. And what's really funny is the hatred for this guy has put him in a position to where the validation is that much more amplified. It's that much more amplified. If Turtle Boy and his work were a painting, the hatred would be the light source. That would be the important role, the importance of the role in this painting. The hatred for Turtle Boy would be the light source. It's amazing. It's amazing. So, keep hating. Just keep it up. Miss Peter and Mr. Carney are former colleagues, excuse me, who have publicly feuded for years. Motivated by hatred for Mr. Carney, Miss Peter aligned herself with fake victim and others who dislike Mr. Carney's reporting, including members of the Albert and McCabe families, some of whom are named in the first indictment against Mr. Carney. These alliances have enabled her to exploit the criminal justice system in furtherance of her effort to ruin Mr. Carney. Miss Peters' dedication to this task was so thorough that the MSP and Commonwealth utilized her services to assist them in their investigation and prosecution of Mr. Carney. I love that. Dude, Bederow is just... I'm going to read that one more time. Miss Peters' dedication to this task, which is to ruin Mr. Carney, was so thorough that the MSP and the Commonwealth utilized her services. The Massachusetts State Police and the Norfolk County DA's office utilized her services to assist them in their investigation and prosecution of Mr. Carney. So basically, like, Robin G gifted 5 membership. Oh my God. Thank you so much. I appreciate you. Thank you, Robin G. So this is really fascinating to me. Like I'm actually kind of like, this is just wild because oh, and I'm Just a Girl did as well. Thank you. I'm Just a Girl. Oh my goodness. I'm absolutely loving this because like there's just no way. This is so public that there's no way that this is going to clever. Please stop. Thank you. There's no way that Turtle Boy is not going to come out on top here. And I'm loving that Bederow Bederow's this guy. Okay, so like here's my whole thing with Bederow. Oh my god.
I think we got a super chat. Super chat. I think we got a super chat. Super chat. Super chat. Super chat. I think we got a super chat. I think we got a
Period. Full stop. Thank you so much. If God's greatest gift to us was free will, these people are the most evil for trying to take it away. Great point. Great point. While exploiting it and squandering it themselves. It's really bizarre. I've said it before. I've said it many times that everyone who talks shit about Turtle Boy on social media should be kissing his ass, along with mainstream media. But everybody who uses social media to talk shit about him should be kissing his ass because he sat in jail for 60 days for their right to sit there and talk shit about him publicly on social media. It's amazing. People blow my mind. Their logic. So what I was saying about Bederow, what I love about Bederow is, you know, every time I've seen lawyers talk and when they speak, when they discuss something publicly or whatever, they always have a fear of being unprofessional. So they say very little. They say very, very little. You hear very little from these attorneys, right? And understandably so. But Bederow has this talent where Bederow can talk the house of fucking truth constantly, as loud as he wants, and yet never be unprofessional. He's never unprofessional. He's always speaking his mind, exercising his First Amendment rights, while not behaving unprofessionally that would be indicative to the behavior of an attorney, the professional behavior and ethics of an attorney. And I love it. I love seeing it because he proves that it's possible. He proves that it's possible that you can be an attorney and you can speak your mind and be as loud as you want and be as opinionated as you want and never cross the line of ethics. And I love it. I'm here for it, every second of it. And I'm grateful to have even gotten to break bread with a human being like this. Because when I mean, I know that he'd be like, what? Oh my God. And then some of you are probably even like, you're going too far. Like, he's just a guy. Like, okay, fair enough. But the thing is once in a while, you do meet an exceptional human being who has an exceptional talent. And to me, this is a very exceptional talent. Someone who is actually in a position to get things done and fight for basic human civil rights while on his free time be very, very comfortable with expressing his opinion. And it's inspiring. To me, it's very inspiring. I love that shit about Bederow. And that's why I say I feel grateful that I got to break bread with someone like this. You get the opportunity to sit down and have the most traditional ritual of picking someone's brain, talking with them, socializing with them, this beautiful ritual of nourishment. And you get to share that with someone that you can learn from. It's a blessing, and it's not to be squandered. So maybe those of you who are thinking that I'm making a bigger deal out of this than it is, maybe you should think about the last time you had a meal with somebody that you took for granted. Cynthia Lynch, thank you so much. Hey, Will, nicer to hear your take. Aren't they all pigs? We love better. Yeah, yeah. You're not wrong there. What's up, Mazza? I saw Mazza's in the chat. I saw Microdots is in the chat too. What's up, Microdots? Yeah, Mazza is fantastic. I'm a Mazza maniac, y'all. A meal of food. Yes, a meal of food. It's a big deal. It's a big deal. It's a big deal. Those of you who know me for a long time and know my take on that. If someone invites me to dinner, I take that like, man, that's a really kind gesture, you know? And so like, because for me, if I cook for somebody, like I put so much love into that, you know, because there's just something very, very pure about putting nourishment, you know, in a way you're putting life into someone, and they're giving they're giving you this privilege to do that, you know. They're trusting you with their nourishment, and you want them to enjoy it as much as you can, as much as they can. And so if you think of it as that, I promise you, you'll never cook a bad meal. If you genuinely think of it that way, you'll never cook a bad meal for another person. So to me, that's a big deal, you know. I think of little rituals and I cherish them. That too, man. Ask Ben Franklin. You know what I mean? That too, Scott. Sure. Having a beer with somebody, same thing. Totally. Same vibe. Miss Peter, who had no direct involvement in these matters and is not an alleged victim, was provided Mr. Mellows and Miss P and MSP Detective Lieutenant Tully Tully's private cell phone numbers. All right, let me read that again because I screwed that all up. Okay, so Miss Peter, who had no direct involvement in these matters and is not an alleged victim, was provided Mr. Bello and Detective Tully's phone numbers. Thus, Miss Peter had the ability to call and text both on their private devices. Imagine that. As a valued source, quote unquote, of information against Mr. Carney, Miss Peter has presented the MSP. Hold on, let me make this so you guys can read along. There you go. The MSP with video evidence scoured Mr. Carney's online presence and reported things to the MSP that they can't find or document, including a 30-second clip of a video that Miss Peter sent to Detective Lieutenant Tully, which the Commonwealth used to secure Mr. Carney's indictment for wiretapping. Secret jury transcript, MSP Lieutenant John Fanning, February 22nd, 2024. On February 26, 2024, several hours after Miss Peter called the police to help orchestrate Mr. Carney's prosecution for allegedly violating a restraining order, she left Mr. Carney 2 crude, harassing, and in part threatening voicemails. In the first message, Miss Peter gloated about her value as a source to the Commonwealth. I really don't even want to read that shit. Didn't Turtle Boy play them last night on his live? Because if he did, I'll just go ahead and play them. Because, dude, she is like the most reprehensible person I've ever seen. I've only seen one other woman cuss like that. Like, seriously. And no, it's not cherry. Believe it or not. Okay. So, all right, let me figure this out real quick. Now, guys, I do have Turtle Boy's defense fund pinned to the top of the chat. If you guys are feeling generous, please click on that and give. I mean, anything counts. He could use all the help he can get because he's obviously fighting and he obviously has a strong fight, but it's going to be a long fight and it's going to be expensive. All right. Now, are there timestamps for this? Okay. I think I got it. Okay. I think I got it.
Hold on. No.
Shut up, Jerry.
What, this one? No. This one? No. Wait, what about this one?
Police dispatcher out, recording line. How you doing? Listen, we just left court and somebody that
What
was.
about this one?
Yeah, I just want to let you know. I'm
Oh, can you
looking
hear
at
this?
the internet right now.
Okay, this was the 911 call, I think. This is the call that Bederow was talking about earlier. Sue Candle, thank you so much. Turtle Boy is truly an unusual hero fighting for justice, uncovering horrifying layers of corruption. If you hadn't been involved in these wretched women, their evil plots wouldn't have been exposed. I mean, that's true. I mean, I'm not going to judge the guy's taste in women, dude. Like, I'm the last person to do that, first of all. Second of all, now I've made some good choices, though. I've made some good choices, but I've made some bad ones. Now, but I see what you're saying here, and I love this point, actually. You're saying he's an unusual hero. Now, think about this. People, we don't get to choose our heroes, man. Like, that never happens. The closest thing to that is that we vote about a politician into office. That is the closest thing to choosing our heroes that we have. And we're lucky if that person turns out to be a hero. It's amazing if that happens. It's amazing if that happens. But real heroes, we don't get to choose them. They just step up. It's part of being a hero, right? They just step the fuck up. And they're not. And what I mean when you don't get to choose them, what I'm trying to emphasize when I say you don't get to choose them is they might not be the kind of hero that you had in mind. They might not be of a certain character that lives up to your personal standards. They might not have the education that you expect them to have. But regardless, if they step up and get the job done, then they're a hero. Period. And it takes a strong person to acknowledge this. It takes a strong person to go, this guy who I may not agree with, and I may not like the way that the language that he uses, and I may not like this and I may not like that, but I wouldn't know about this and I wouldn't be part of something that is life-changing for people if it wasn't for this guy and his methods. So, I mean, these are things that need to be acknowledged. And you may not want to because, you think he might be egotistical and it might blow up his ego. Well, he fucking earned it. He fucking earned it. You know what I'm saying? Like, if somebody does something worthy of an ego blowing up and their ego blows up, well, it just is what it is. And it's just the dick that you're going to have to eat. You know? It's just a dick that you're going to have to eat is seeing this guy fucking gloat because he fucking earned it. And maybe he won't gloat. But if he does, good for him. Good for him. You know, the bottom line is we would not be caught up on everything. So many of those lies, we wouldn't know. Just one drop in that bucket is Colin Albert lying about never being in a fight. It took this guy a couple of hours to find footage of this dude in a fight. The same day. Just a couple of hours. Like, wait a second. There he is tweeting. Colin Albert said he's never been in a fight before. Yeah. 1 second. Hold, please. So, yeah, man. I mean, you don't get to choose your heroes, dude. Just is what it is. Like, the question is do you have the humility to acknowledge that the person who you least expected to be the person that is going to deliver this kind of information to you and provide you with this information, you know, do you have the humility to acknowledge them for it and give them a nod? That's the question. Because the fact that he did this and the fact that he got framed in order to silence him, these things are indisputable. These things happened. It's not something that he has to change or figure out or no. These things fucking happened. That's it. The responsibility is on you. Do you have the humility to just simply acknowledge the fact that somebody who you least expected of character to be able to pull off and provide you with the kind of information that is vital for you as an American citizen to be aware of, that this happens within our justice system? So that's the big question. Let me go ahead and play this here.
I'm watching. There's an individual by named Aiden Carney. He was just removed from the courtroom. He's in violation of a restraining order. He's refusing to leave the courthouse steps. He's within 100 yards of this victim, and he's currently screeching about how she's there. So he's definitely.
This lady sucks. Okay, first of all, she is an awful. Ooh, you suck. She is an awful person. I'm going to tell you why. Because, like, just an example, he was already asked to leave the courtroom. That's it. You know? So just because he ends up on the courthouse steps and waits, you went the extra mile to call and try to have him arrested. This isn't good enough. This isn't good enough. I want him locked up. You weren't looking out for the safety of anyone. You were just trying to get the guy locked up out of spite. That was just vindictive. That's all that was.
In violation of his restraining order, you might want to get someone down there. Okay, so Aiden Carney is at the courthouse.
And she says this shit with like some sort of authority. You hear like the sense of authority that she has, the self sense of authority that she has. Yeah, his name is Aiden Carney, and you might want to get someone down here. Like, she's like giving out orders and shit. This is a delusional, fucked up individual, dude. I know this type so well. I know this type so well. People who just have there's something in their DNA. Okay? This is the truest example of a toxic individual. Toxicity. I've mentioned this example before when I say someone who walks into a room and you can hear the energy from everyone in the room being sucked out of them through their exhale. When they walk into a room, everyone in the room will kind of go in their own way. Everyone. Fucking everyone. And everyone here knows someone like that. And I guarantee you that Krusty is one of these people. With everyone that she knows. People who are just too they're too non-combative to say anything about it, you know. I guarantee you. And these people always have to have someone that they're at war with. That's another very fascinating thing. There's always someone to be at war with. There's always someone that they are in a back and forth feud with. You know, hitting each other on the internet, on social media, talking shit, trying to turn people against them, making sure, oh, blah, blah, blah. Oh, well, I heard they said this about you, blah, 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 blah. Everyone here has known someone like that. And anyone here who has grown up, who has matured, and is somewhere around my age, anyone here who is truly have matured has ejected these types of people from their lives already. That is a guarantee. Has caught on to this a long time ago, suffered greatly, compromised their own integrity just because they got so fucking fed up. And then at this point, you're like, the wall has been put up and there's just it's not happening. Nobody like this is getting in my life. Nobody like that is getting in my life. It's never happening. And it's so easy to put the wall up. But the problem is that these people never change. These people never, ever change. Because the biggest, the battery, the life force, the energy source of their toxicity is their lack of ability to be self-aware. This is my personal observation. Their lack of ability to be self-aware. Their lack of ability of accountability. Of being able to go, fuck, if I hadn't done this, then this wouldn't happen. And so there's no way to be a productive person unless you're capable of accountability, capable of taking responsibility for your actions. There's just no, yeah. And once you learn to do this yourself, like you could spot that shit on somebody, you could smell it on them. You know what I mean? You could fucking, it comes with the superpower of smelling that shit on people. And I smell that shit. Kate Peter fucking reeks. I mean, she fucking reeks of toxicity. Like, I could see it in her pictures, dude. That's how fucking much she reeks of it. I can see it in her pictures. I'm like, this person is a piece of shit. Not even lying. I mean, you might think that I'm being unfair and judgmental. That's fine. I know what the fuck I see, you know? And am I wrong? That's my end argument to that. Am I wrong?
Courthouse, he's in violation of a restraining
order. Yeah.
Do you know who the RO is against?
Yes, the victim is Lindsay Gaetani. She's there with the John O'Keefe's mother right now, Mrs. O'Keefe. So he's instead of leaving the courthouse on the steps screaming.
You see how she worded that? You see how she worded that? That was fucking fascinating. She says her name is Lindsay Gaetani and she's with the mother of John O'Keefe. She's with the O'Keefe family, like as if it's a fucking ticket. like as if it's a fucking backstage pass to a concert, the O'Keefe family name. So think about that shit. So in order to elicit an emotional response from the 911 operator, she wants to get her mad and recruit her. And she uses the O'Keefe family to do it. She says, "Oh, she's sitting with the O'Keefe family right now," and blah 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 blah. And so this is what she's trying to do. It's very, I'm telling you, I'm an expert on these assholes. I'm telling you. I'll never tell you why. I'll never get into why. But I'm an expert on motherfuckers like this.
About it, I know it's a football field. He needs to stay away.
Okay, he's out on the steps currently.
Yep.
Can you describe what he looks like?
He is he's a short guy, about 5'8", glasses. He's wearing a suit jacket. He's got a cell phone in front of his face. His nose kind of looks like a penis.
Okay. So what color shirt or jacket is he wearing?
You see, she's so... Look, he highlighted my comment there. She's so fucking like, she can't help but be petty, you know? Like even where she's in a position to where she is calculatingly trying to elicit an emotional recruitment from this 911 operator, right? She's trying to manipulate the 911 operator's feelings to get her on board with what she's doing, right? And still can't help but be petty. As calculated as she is there, her emotions took over here and she had to just, and his nose looks kind of like a peanut. Like, lady. It's just so funny to me.
Where?
Right now it is, I would say that's a gray.
White male?
Yeah.
Male?
White.
Okay.
Yeah, gray jacket, blue shirt.
Okay. And are you...
green tie.
Are you just a witness or...
Everybody's had some level, like, have you had like a category 1 Kate Peter or a category 5 Kate Peter in your life? I've had a category 5. I'm not even sure if Kate Peter is a category 5. I'd give her a category 4.5 tops. Chantel Caesar, thank you so much. I have an elderly aunt who in her day was a Kate Peter. It is sad to see how these people age. Her kids have moved across country, and my mom and I have to take turns visiting to do wellness checks. Wow. That's sad. I'm sorry to hear that. I mean, yeah, these people don't, and then when they're old and they're alone because they've driven everyone out of their lives, you know, they blame the world. Oh, I have nobody. The world abandoned me. Blah, blah, blah. Get the fuck out of my face. You alienated everyone with your toxicity.
I just happened to be watching it online, and he's screaming about how he got removed from the courthouse due to a restraining order, but he's definitely still in violation of the restraining order as he sits on the steps. So,
okay. All right. Can I grab your name for the record?
Yeah, absolutely. My name is Kate Peter, Peter.
Okay. And your date of birth?
12/29/1987.
Okay. All right. All good.
Thank you so much.
Thanks.
Bye.
You're lying.
All right. So,
Piece of shit.
let's go back to the letter now.
All right,
That's when you first hear that, you're like, holy shit. Anyway, so she calls. She's not, I mean, they're all crazy. This one's fucking really crazy. Julie, I've read your restraining orders, dear. Maybe we'll make those public too. We know all about the domestic incident. We got it all. We got it all, Julie. Hi, I know you're watching, dear. Nice hair. All right.
dude, these are not.
And just look at their face.
Yeah, right, exactly. Look at their fucking faces, bro. You could see the lack of fucking any substance at all in their souls on their faces, bro. You can absolutely see that shit. Just look at it.
Just look at her face and just like look at this. Just look at the face. Ready?
You said you did it. Missing every place.
Look at she's not breathing. Like she doesn't breathe.
I know 8 statements that she did it. There is a car believe her.
So
like 24 miles an hour in reverse.
Well, utilized her in
I want to hear
the children complaint
there
together.
was another phone call. Oh, this is where it is. Okay, I think he's looking for it now.
Hear that? Let me try to hold on.
I get it.
I'll play it one more
All
time.
right,
You gotta
here we
hear the
go.
audio.
I get it's Kate Peter, you know, crusty panties, how you call it. I just wanted to let you know every time you get a block number, it's not Lindsay or LG or anyone else. It's
Oh my God, she's drunk.
me. And I just want to let you know that when you go back to jail, I had absolutely everything to fucking do with it because you're a dumb motherfucker, right?
Wow.
And every time that you victimize a female, I'm going to be right there pushing back. I just want you to know that. Play this on your fucking live show. I am going to get the best of you. You're a bad person, and everybody's going to see it. Have a nice day. By the way, Karen Reed wants nothing to do with you. Go.
Okay, man. So there she is. First of all, if you're drunk dialing someone, okay, if you're drunk dialing someone, it means that you got drunk and you were stewing in your thoughts about them, right? If you drunk dial someone, you got drunk and you were stewing in your thoughts about them. That means one of two things. Either you love them or you fucking hate them. Okay? Now, I don't see Kate Peter as being capable of love. Yeah, I said that. I don't think that she's capable of love. I think she's a fucking psychopath. I'm not a mental health professional, but you know, I've known psychopaths before. She's just got the symptoms. That's all I'm saying. You know, I'm not diagnosing anybody with a cold, but when I see them coughing, sniffling, and sneezing, I'm going to assume that they have a cold. But I think she's a psychopath, and psychopaths are incapable of love. So, she clearly hates him, and that the fact that the Commonwealth of Massachusetts and the Massachusetts State Police would utilize her in order to railroad him, that is very telling. That is an indication of corruption. That is a conflict of interest. That is unethical. There can't be feelings involved when you are investigating an individual and you are trying to catch them on breaking the law. You cannot have feelings. And it is absolutely unethical and irresponsible to boot to use someone who has such strong feelings against this person. For or against them doesn't matter. Such strong feelings in regards to Turtle Boy is absolutely unethical on the part of the Massachusetts State Police and the Norfolk County District Attorney's Office.
Oh, fuck yourself, bitch.
Let's hear that one more time.
You've been absolutely anyway.
Put your screen then.
Let's hear that one more
I'll
time.
play it one more time. You got to hear the audio.
I get it's Kate Peter, you know,
Wow.
crusty panties, how you call it. I just wanted to let you
Jesus.
know every time you get a block number, it's not Lindsay or LG or anyone else. It's me. And I just want to let you know that when you go back to jail, I had absolutely everything to fucking do with it because you're a dumb motherfucker, right? And every time that you victimize a female, I am going to be.
You know what's really funny is the most entertaining part of this phone call is not that she straight up admits, because that's the best part, really. That's the meat of it, is that she admits that she is trying to get him put in jail. She's trying, she is actively making an effort to put him in jail. So much so, she is so driven to do so that she has to drunk dial him and brag about it.
Be right there pushing back. I just want you to know that. Play this on your fucking live show. I am going to get the best of you. You're a bad person, and everybody's going to see it. Have a nice day. By the way, Karen Reed wants nothing to do with you. Go fuck yourself, bitch. I meant it. I meant.
So I mean, talk about obsessive.
Right. Yeah,
Obsessive.
that's extremely obsessive. It's extremely, extremely obsessive. Now, let's move on because I got real sidetracked there because I was actually looking for that. But AMAC talking smack member for 5 months. There's some category 5 Kate Peters on these streets. Yeah, for sure. For sure. I'd still say category 3. A category 5 to me is something else. It's a story I'll never tell you. But yeah. Oops, wrong one. And then in the second harassing and threatening message, Miss Peter demonstrated her familiarity with and incorrect understanding of the Massachusetts witness intimidation statute. Nice little jab there, Bederow. We love it. I am not afraid of you. I never witness intimidated you. Oh my God, dude. She said, I never witness intimidated you. I love it. You are not a witness in any case. You are just a small dicked fucking who likes to prey on women. Call me back, motherfucker. Let's talk about it. See, she just wants to talk to him. She just wants to hear his voice. That's all. She wants to be acknowledged. Let's talk about Leah and Lindsay. Let's talk about what you did to Jen McCabe and Colin Albert, a 19-year-old juvenile. How is your wife doing, by the way? Wow. How are you abused and neglected children doing by blah, blah, blah. Let's I love that she said a 19-year-old juvenile. A 19-year-old juvenile. Reminds me of a 10-year-old teenager. A middle-aged 25-year-old. Right, exactly. Yeah, that's exactly the point. Yeah, she is not only, and these people always think that they're smarter than everybody too. That's always the best. That's always the best thing. Is these people are usually blithering fucking morons, and they they think they're smarter than everyone. It's always really fun. Always really fun. $19-year-old juvenile. Oh yeah, so it goes on. How are you're abused and neglected children doing, by the way? Call me back, you effing F. I'll drive over to your parents' house right now. Fuck you. On March 11th, 2024, Ms. Peter again took credit for her substantial contributions to the Commonwealth and MSP, boasting under oath that Mr. Carney is angry and upset with me because I have been cooperating with the prosecution and giving them information on him. Wow. That's a full-on admittance. She's going to get called on the stand for that for sure. Oh my God. I can't wait for that, dude. Oh, I can't wait to see Kate Peters sitting on a witness stand and having to answer to, oh, please. And please, please. Oh my God. Oh my God, folks. I got to say a prayer right now. I got to say a prayer right now. Dear sweet baby Jesus, please let it be Mark Bederow that calls her to the stand and questions her. Please, dear sweet baby Jesus, And if it's Bradle, let it be spicy Bradle. Amen. Okay. There we go. All right. I said my little prayer. He can blame me for all his problems because I am furnishing information. He could blame me for all of his problems because I am furnishing information, she says. On September, here's the audio transcript of Carney versus Peter, Leominster District Court docket number, blah, 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 blah. On September 5th, 2024, testifying in a West Roxbury matter in which she was accused of witness intimidation and violation of a restraining order, Miss Peter described herself as a potential witness in Mr. Carney's criminal cases, quote unquote. She swore under oath that when she saw her accuser on October 11th, 2023, in the Stoughton District Court where Mr. Carney was being arraigned, she was there to meet Mr. Mello, even though she wasn't named as an alleged victim in that or any other case. So what were you doing there? Let's take a second to think about that.
I think we got a super chat. Super chat. I think we got a super chat. Super chat. Super chat. Super chat. I think we got a super chat. I think we got a super chat.
Dewey, thank you so much. He is not a juvenile. He's the youngest of the juvenile jerks in that clan. Agreed. But he's not a juvenile. So yeah. So she says she's there to meet Mr. Mello, but she wasn't an alleged victim in that or any other case. So why was she meeting up with Mello? That's a little unorthodox, no? In this independent commentator's opinion, that's not something that generally takes place. Is someone who has nothing to do with fucking nothing meeting up with the special prosecutor hired by Michael Morrissey. Norfolk County, indeed. Hold on. Ms. Peters' working relationship with the MSP and Commonwealth is so strong that the Norfolk County DA's office has recused itself from 2 witness intimidation prosecutions currently pending against her in Norfolk County. Indeed, Ms. Peter admitted as much to Ms. Fake Victim, who documented this fact in a text message she sent to Ms. Peter on December 12th, 2023. Mr. Carney thinks your case is being moved because he is the conflict of interest. He has no idea it's because you are working with the police. Ha 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 ha. Very funny. It goes without saying that any evidence within your possession, custody, or control related to Miss Peters' relationship with the Commonwealth and MSP, including her possible motive to favor the prosecution over Mr. Carney, must be disclosed under Brady and its progeny. Then it goes, I haven't been reading these things. Notwithstanding the Norfolk County DA's office recusal on Miss Peters' criminal matters, the office inexplicably represented the Commonwealth at her most recent arraignment for witness intimidation on October 1st, 2024. That appearance afforded the Commonwealth with a strong basis to seek revocation of her bail, which would have been an expected motion from a disinterested prosecutor, given that Ms. Peter has 4 pending witness intimidation cases. However, on information and belief, the Norfolk County DA's office didn't notify the court about Ms. Peters' special relationship with the Commonwealth and the MSP. Consequently, the court likely was kept ignorant about their special relationship and wasn't presented with an application to revoke Ms. Peters' bail. In these circumstances, there is at least an appearance of preferential treatment provided to Ms. Peter by the Norfolk County DA's office due to her cooperation against Mr. Carney. Wow. Nice. I love it. I love that Bederow threw that in there. And Diane G gifted 5 more memberships. Oh my God. And hold on here. If Kate Peter is category 3, then Sarah Boone must hit 5. I'd say Sarah Boone's, yeah, at least a 4 for sure. And thank you. And Megan Johnson, thank you. Imagine if she puts this much effort into retaining custody of her children. Now, that's something I appreciate it. Thank you. That's something I'm not going to get into. I don't know that situation. And I realize a lot of people are privy to it and they have their opinions and whatnot. I'm just not. I'm going to stick to me personally, just personally, and I'm not trash anybody else. I'm going to personally stick to, the lowest I'll go is her appearance. You know what I mean? Her personal issues with her family and children are none of my business, so I'm not getting into that. Hold on a second here. I'm getting yelled at. Okay, so yeah, hold on. Yeah, that's just a screenshot. I'll read that in a bit. Thank you, Cherry, for that. Scott McGinnis, member for 11 months. Thanks, buddy. At least Sarah Boone was getting smacks. KP. Well, oh, wow. Excuse me. It made little sense for Mr. Mello to meet with Miss Peter on the day of Mr. Carney's arraignment for charges that didn't involve her, unless, just as Miss Peter and Lieutenant Fanning testified, she was a valuable source for the Commonwealth and the MSP in their investigation of Mr. Carney. Miss Peter's involvement in the case involving fake victim is more apparent. Evidence from the extraction report of fake victim cellular phone demonstrates that Miss Peter advised fake victim throughout the process that resulted in fake victim accusing Mr. Carney of crimes. For example, in early December 2023, Ms. Peter leveraged her special relationship with the Commonwealth and the MSP and urged fake victim to speak with Mr. Mello on the morning of December 11th, 2023, just hours before fake victim and Leah Ganduzzo workshopped making Miss Fake Victim a witness against Mr. Carney so fake victim could play him at his own game, quote unquote, and have him jailed. See the September 12th letter, which we read here before. Miss Peter encouraged Miss Fake Victim to speak directly and secretly with Mr. Mello, and Miss Peter's reasoning. Oh my goodness, Lexi Maxwell. Welcome to the hoity-goity. That's rough on the voice. Miss Peter's reasoning was to prevent the existence and substance of the conversation from being discovered by Mr. Carney or others who might later seek access to public records. Miss Peter, I'm going to work on getting you some legal protection here. Wow. Fake victim says, how? And then Miss Peter says, I'm going to call Mello in a bit when shit calms down here. Feel out the situation. You have some information that would certainly be an incentive for the powers that be to protect you. Don't tell anyone we've talked, please. Now, if this isn't fucking evidence, I don't know what is. Then Krusty says, I've got his cell number. It can't be FOIA'd. His line is obviously not recorded. LOL. That's cute. Then she goes on to say, I know you were asking for Tully's number yesterday, but it's actually better to go straight to Mello at this point. Honestly, they take more info than they give. LOL. Common misconception that I get my info from the DA or the MSP. I don't generally speaking. I just have a really good relationship with the O'Keefes, Alberts, McCabe's, and several local journalists working on this thing. Okay. So I did talk to Mello off the record with some specifics. Okay, now before I get into that, let's read that one more time. Honestly, they take more info than they give. Common misconception that I get my info from the DA or the MSP, meaning that she gives information. She just admits right here in this sentence that she gives information to the MSP and the Norfolk County DA's office. And then she goes on to say, I don't generally speaking, meaning that she doesn't get info from them, generally speaking. So they don't generally share info with her. They just kind of share info with her. Cool. Good to know. Then she goes on to say, I just have a really good relationship with the O'Keefes, Alberts, McCabe's, and several local journalists working on this thing. So here, she also not only in one text message, one single text message, not only admits to colluding with the DA and the Massachusetts State Police, but also the O'Keefes, the Alberts, and the McCabe's. All of which are trying to shut up Turtle Boy. All of which. Feel how you want to feel about the O'Keefes, but the fact of the matter is they want to shut Turtle Boy up. They don't like him. So this isn't a conversation about what we feel about the O'Keefes and what we don't feel about the O'Keefes. That's irrelevant right now. The point is that the O'Keefes are included in this admittance by Kate Peter that she colludes with them with information, as well as the Alberts and the McCabe's, on top of the Norfolk County DA and the Massachusetts State Police. So right here in one text message, there is more than enough reason to believe that every name mentioned here has colluded in railroading Turtle Boy. It at least merits investigation. And that's also a good point, Cherry. So she says, I don't believe a word she says. That's a great point. My point being is that she said it. So it merits investigation. Miss Peter then provided fake victim with Mr. Mello's private cellular phone number. So she was the go-between between Mr. Mello, Ken Mello, the special prosecutor in Turtle Boy's case. She was the go-between between him and fake victim. She's the one who directly put them in. She's the one who put them in direct contact with each other. Left unanswered is what Miss Peter and Mr. Mello discussed during any off-the-record, quote-unquote, conversations, and what fake victim and Mr. Mello discussed in conversations that Miss Peter suggested should be held in a manner designed to avoid possible disclosure, similarly as illustrated by their text exchange from the evening of December 13th, 2023. The defense is entitled to know what advice Miss Peter provided Miss Fake Victim, who is concerned about her own criminal exposure, shortly before she spoke to the Massachusetts State Police for the first time. Before I read that, I want to go on to see that, to read this caption here at the bottom. That evening, Miss Peter enticed Fake Victim to speak with a journalist preparing an expose on Mr. Carney, after impressing that Fake Victim was describing her direct relationship with the reporter, including that she had dinner with the reporter. Miss Peter urged Fake Victim to share her invaluable perspective with the reporter. The next day, Fake Victim, who had not yet spoken with Mr. Mello, replied, "Oh my God, really? I'll gladly talk with that reporter." On December 28th, 2023, Mr. Mello told the Fall River Reporter, that would be, God, why? Oh my God, I'm having a brain fart, and I've talked to her a million times. Don't tell me. Machado. Jess Machado. Excuse me. I don't know why I had a brain fart there. That Mello told Jess, that the fake victim recently became a witness after we received some communication from her. So here's that text exchange. Fake victim says, "I'm worried now." Miss Peter says, "Worried about?" And then she says, "Oh, now I'm worried." Because like 10 minutes went by, not even. And then fake victim says, "No, just worried for Jane." Was that considered WI, witness intimidation? I can't even remember now what the tweet said that he was mentioned in. Kate says, she said nothing that any reasonable person could reach and say is witness intimidation. Fake victim says, "Oh, okay. Well, I'm going to be calling you before my meeting tomorrow anyway with more questions about this." I feel like that's something he would try and do and wasn't even thinking of that. Once again, based on the substance of fake victims' responses, it appears that some of Miss Peters' responses are not included in the extraction report of fake victim's phone. As you're aware, fake victim lied to Miss Peter, among others, about the identity of Jane. And spoiler alert, fake victim is Jane. She created that fake Twitter persona on her cell phone on October 2023 to anonymously communicate with people who disliked Mr. Carney and to release harmful information about him. So this is while they were together. So let's talk about this for a second. Hold on, let me finish here real quick. The above text suggests that fake victim was concerned that if she spoke to the Massachusetts State Police and gave them her cellular phone, they would discover that she was Jane and that she violated the same witness intimidation statute that she, Miss Peter, and Miss Caduso sought to exploit as the basis of Mr. Carney's arrest and incarceration. So fake victim the entire time was a phony. The entire time. So while fake victim was manipulating Turtle Boy, Aiden, into staying around, not leaving, yelling and screaming, victimizing herself, threatening the well-being of her children if he leaves and leaves her alone, behind his back, he has a fake Twitter persona designed to interact with people who hate him so that she can shit talk him. Now, Miss Fake Victim suffers with an ailment. Okay. Now she's not a victim of it. She's a fake victim. She's not a victim of it, but she does suffer from an ailment. Okay. And I've seen this ailment many times. I've seen this ailment. Kate Peter has it too, but Kate Peter has a superpower that comes with it where she gets to manipulate people with this ailment. She's the puppet master. She knows how to puppet. She's just as crazy. Okay. Now this ailment is called guanosis. I have coined this name. If you look it up in the Urban Dictionary, I put it in there. Okay. This is Dr. Glaerer's diagnosis. All right. Guanosis. Okay. It derives from the term batshit, guano. And both of these people suffer from being batshit fucking crazy. They're both insane. Absolutely fucking insane. Because there's no way that somebody, this is a very strong, powerful, obvious symptom of guanosis, is dating someone, telling them that they love them while behind their back, going out of their way to make a fake Twitter account, a fake social media account, so that they can destroy them with words. This is guanosis, people. Okay. There's a lot of symptoms that you'll see that are very similar to this type of behavior. This is just an example. This is textbook guanosis, people. This is how you spell it right here. There it is. Yes. How do you spell it? Miss Peter also was the driving force for Mr. Carney's arrest for his alleged violation of a restraining order on February 26, 2024. Mr. Carney, who had been released from jail on February 23rd, 2024, announced the following evening on his Turtle Boy live show that he would be attending the February 26th Karen Reed hearing. A review of the communications between fake victim and Miss Peter demonstrates that they regularly watched and discussed Mr. Carney's live shows. And yeah, we know. Several weeks earlier, excuse me, several weeks earlier in January 2024, Miss Peter told fake victim that Paul O'Keefe, the brother of Boston police officer John O'Keefe, wanted to meet her. Fake victim excitedly responded, Paul O'Keefe wants to talk to me. Emphasis in original. In April 2024, fake victim, who had not attended any other Reed proceedings, testified that she went to the February 26, 2024 appearance at the personal invitation of Paul O'Keefe. Mr. O'Keefe's communications with Mr. Carney contradict fake victims. In July 2024, Mr. O'Keefe denied inviting fake victim to court. He told Mr. Carney there was a miscommunication, but fake victim didn't lie because she thought Mr. O'Keefe invited her. Mr. O'Keefe, his explanation suggests that Ms. Peter told fake victim that Mr. O'Keefe wanted her to appear in court to entice fake victim, who had an open restraining order against Mr. Carney, to attend. Ms. Peter's communications with fake victim and Mr. O'Keefe will shed light on this question. In any event, it appears that Ms. Peter coordinated Miss fake victim's presence at the February 26, 2024 appearance to make sure that Mr. Carney would not be able to attend and to increase the likelihood that Mr. Carney would be arrested if he went to the courthouse. So let's talk about that for a second. Now, I believe that she was in contact with Paul O'Keefe, but I don't believe that Paul O'Keefe had anything to do with inviting. I believe that she was used or that he was used by Kate Peter in that exchange. I believe that she puppet mastered the whole thing and set it up to have her there, to convince her to have her there. Because why would she, it actually sounds like fake victim was like, well, why would I go to that? Just to fucking get him arrested? Why the fuck would I go to that? Like, people are going to ask, why am I there? I have no business being there. Why the fuck would I be there? Right? But fake or Krusty Panties knew this. She understood this. So what she did was she came up with a story and says, Paul O'Keefe wants you there. You show up as Paul O'Keefe's guest and sit on his side, and he can't be there. He has to leave. You're a guest of the victim's family, so you can sit there. It's fine. Derek, thank you so much. Can you Photoshop some duckies in a super chat dance jingle? I'd pay $20 con smuckies for that, Will. Maybe that could possibly be done. I'll look into it. No promises though, but thank you, Derek. I appreciate it. So yeah, she made up the invite. Totally. I think that she manipulated fake victim into being at that courthouse, and that she used Paul O'Keefe to do it. That's what I absolutely 100% believe. Well, Cherry, yeah, you're not understanding. Nobody here believes that Paul O'Keefe told her to invite fake victim. Nobody here believes that. Like I believe that Paul O'Keefe was in a position to where he didn't want to call anyone a liar, but he was put in an awkward position and he was used. And he just chose to kind of let it go because Kate Peter is a valuable asset because she hates Turtle Boy so much. So nobody wants to piss her off too much, you know? And who knows how much information she has. If she is absolutely, think about this, if she is in direct contact with the Alberts and the McCabe's, imagine what she knows. Imagine what could be found on her phone that is incriminating. Think about that. Just imagine for a moment. Now, I have no doubt that we'll see stuff that involve Turtle Boy. Absolutely. But I wonder what involving Karen Reed will be in there. I wonder. Miss Peter accomplished her goals. Mr. Carney was required to leave the courtroom after fake victim arrived with her restraining order in hand. He went outside and began a live stream to explain the situation to her interested viewers. Yes, and she showed up with the restraining order in hand. Yeah. So the goal was absolutely to get Turtle Boy kicked out of there, if not arrested. Now, we know it was Kate Peters' goal to get him arrested because she called the cops. She called and reported him having a restraining order. She called and had this situation orchestrated, right? Now, fake victim could have just been wanting to have him removed, but I don't believe that. I believe that she was told to bring, because she's not that stupid. She was told to bring, what's up, Kelly Reed? It's good to see you. She was told to bring the, oh my God, dude. Stop yelling at me. Okay, there it is. All right, thank you for that, Cherry. I got it now. And I will read that shortly. Thank you. I believe that she was told to bring the restraining order. The cop, why would she just carry that around? So I believe that Kate Peter told her to bring the restraining order so that it's there and they can have him arrested on site. I think they expected him to be arrested on site. When they just simply asked him to leave the courtroom, that wasn't enough for Kate Peter. She was like, wait a second, fuck that. No, he's violating a restraining order. He needs to go to jail. And then she went and called the cops and tried to have him arrested. This is pure hatred. He went outside and began a live stream to explain the situation to his interested viewers. And I remember this. I was streaming at the time. Miss Peter, who wasn't even there, immediately called the police while fake victim was still in the courtroom to report that Mr. Carney was just removed from the courtroom. He's in violation of a restraining order. He refuses to leave the courthouse steps. He's within 100 yards of this victim and is currently screeching how she is there. He's definitely in violation of a restraining order. You might want to get someone down there. Ms. Peters' communication are discoverable and favorable. Communications and statements of Ms. Peter are discoverable under Brady, Giglio, and Rule 14, irrespective of whether you intend to call her as a prosecution witness. The Commonwealth is in possession, custody, and control of the requested evidence. And then on March 14th, 2024, Mr. Bello attempted to use this incident as a basis to revoke Mr. Carney's bail. After an evidentiary hearing at which the Dedham police officers who interacted with Mr. Carney and fake victim on February 26, 2024, testified, the court refused to detain Mr. Carney. On April 26, 2024, after an evidentiary hearing at which fake victim testified about her version of what occurred on February 26, the court lessened the conditions of the restraining order against Mr. Carney. So right there is the story of the Streisand effect taking place. Right there is another example of the Streisand effect taking place. They tried to have him arrested. And as a result, what ends up happening is Mello tries to use the incident to revoke Turtle Boy's bail. And instead of that happening, the opposite practically happens, where he is, yes, Kelly Reed, yes, he was not removed. He walked out willingly without incident after she walked in, after the judge took the bench holding the restraining order in the air. Thank you, Kelly Reed. Appreciate that. So he also, God damn it, I lost my train of thought. Hold on. Let me refresh my memory here. Give me a second. Oh, yeah. So the Streisand effect took place. So the Mello tries to use the incident that was just described, where Turtle Boy went live because he willingly, according to Kelly Reed, got up and left the courtroom when she showed a restraining order, and he was like, "Yep, I'm out of here. Don't worry." So he leaves, but what ends up happening is Mello tries to use this incident at the next hearing, at Turtle Boy's next court hearing, to try to revoke his bail and get him locked up again, right? So what actually ends up happening is almost the opposite, where he ends up getting basically permission. No matter who's at the courthouse, he gets carte blanche because he's doing his job. He's at work. He's a journalist covering the case, and his livelihood depends on him being there. So it doesn't matter who has a fucking restraining order, whatever the fuck, they need to be out of there. They can't be there if he's there. Incredible. And that must have pissed Krusty Panties off to no end. You might want to get someone down there, blah, blah, blah. 9, which on information and belief tends to support the defense's position that Miss Peters' animus towards Mr. Carney led her to gather evidence against Mr. Carney at the behest of the Commonwealth and the Massachusetts State Police, and then provide it to them. Orchestrate Mr. Carney's arrest by using her special relationship with the Commonwealth and the Massachusetts State Police, and befriend fake victim for the purpose of cajoling her to accuse Mr. Carney of criminal conduct, which is exactly what happened. The last message from Miss Peter that appears on the extraction report from fake victim cellular phone was sent on December 14th, 2023 at 1:16 a.m. It is hard to accept this coincidence that Miss Peters' communication seemingly ceased shortly after fake victim's text to Miss Peter about her interactions with Mr. Mello and Lieutenant Tully, and Jennifer McCabe's feedback on fake victim's meeting with Tully. This is very notable, it sounds like. December 14th, 2023. Hey, just left. Depends on your definition of good. I know the anticipation is killing you. Yes, no bueno on that front. I know Mello told me yesterday not to worry about anything, but I was told something entirely different today. I'll explain when I call. Then fake victim calls Miss Peter. They speak on the phone for 2 hours and 30 minutes. Jesus Christ. What did Jen McCabe and everyone think of my meeting today? Wow. Oh my God, really? Comment about anything specific or just in general about Karen's case? Shit, LOL. Is Tully going to get mad that I told people that? Yeah, good point. Oh, okay. Would he even buy that? What did Tully say as the next steps? Did he talk to Mello yet? Jesus, dude. Wow, dude. That is fucking damning, bro. Yo, you're fucked, Krusty Panties. Miss Katani posts on Facebook, big news coming soon. Stay tuned. As inconceivable as it seems, according to the extraction report of fake victim's phone, Miss Peter did not respond to any of fake victim's messages cited above, even though some clearly are responsive to Miss Peter. It is particularly concerning that the messages missing from an extraction report prepared by the MSP, translation Guarino, are messages from her own source containing information from and about fake victim Mr. Mello, Tully, and Jen McCabe. Finally, it should be noted that Miss Peter has displayed some of her messages with fake victim that do not appear on the extraction report from fake victim's phone on her own live shows. On October 3rd, 2024, Miss Peter posted some of the missing messages on her Twitter X account. In other words, Miss Peter has access to the text messages we are missing. Accordingly, because Miss Peter is a source closely associated with the MSP in the Commonwealth, possesses the requested evidence which is relevant, favorable to the defense, and within your possession, custody, and control. Such evidence in any form should be promptly disclosed to the defense. Given this December 17th, 2024 trial date on the district court matter, we would appreciate a prompt response so we may pursue other remedies before trial in the event you cannot or will not disclose evidence pursuant to this demand. Boom, dude. Right there, people. I mean, that was just... Bederow's an amazing. Mark Bederow. Amazing. So everyone's fucked. Because, I mean, now here's the thing. I'm not going to get my hopes too high about the Jen McCabe communication because I find her to be pretty careful. I think that she is, I'm going to give her enough credit to think that she's smarter than to leave any incriminating evidence with Krusty Panties. But I am curious. And it would be incredibly sweet chin music if Turtle Boy ends up catching Jen McCabe in being involved in railroading him, in colluding with the Massachusetts State Police as well as the Norfolk County DA's office. Yeah, I mean, right? Yeah, she is something else, man. She is something else. I want to draw a little bit of attention. I just have to acknowledge this real quick. So I think it was the night before, last night or the night before, but there was a police audit meeting in Canton. and things got real heated there. And Resistant to Silence got some footage of it and posted it, and I'm going to go ahead and show that because it shows Jen O in action, who is a badass. That would be Jen O'Donnell, a resident and social and a justice warrior in Canton, with Rita Lombardi, and she doesn't take any shit. And I'm real proud to be associated with folks like this. I gotta tell you, that's why I gotta like show this off. Now, just to give you some context here, this audit meeting, oh well, then send it to me, Cherry, please. Thank you. Don't brag about it, just send it. Tell me to check DMs. So the audit meeting, they're trying to get the Canton Police Department audited here, and the guy running these audit meetings seems to be kind of a dictator. Seems to be a little man with little with little complexes, and at least that's how he comes off. And these folks in Canton are getting real sick of not being able to be heard. It's not feeling like a democracy. So yeah, and I'm just waiting for the better footage. Yeah, I mean, it's just a matter of time. Now, I'm going to open the phone lines after I go over this because this isn't going to take long. But I'm I definitely want to hear people's thoughts on this Kate Peter stuff, because she's awfully loud on Twitter, man. She's awfully loud. Oh, and let me go over this real quick before I Oh, okay. Thank you, Cherry. He made it private. Got it. Okay. Let me just go over this real quick. So here's the link to that. Here, not Haley. I met this person, by the way. Charming person, great person, in front of the courthouse. They say, okay, Mafia Masshole, and that is Kate Peter. Since you asked, let's get started with just a few multiple counts of 25 and 43A criminal harassment, multiple counts of C, 22/7 force, conspiracy to include felony conspiracy, multiple counts. And so she's naming off all of the laws here. Of course, they expand when you consider your culpability federally as a conspirator with with IG squared and members of law enforcement and the DA and his representatives. So you can also add in 18 USC 241 conspiracy against rights, while your government partners will face additional charges under 18 USC deprivation of rights under color of law. There are few more of those ones should add up to a couple of decades in prison, especially the federal ones. Still think my advice to find an exit plan isn't a good idea? Every day you wait, the window is closing. You run the risk of the LG squared getting there before you. Do you think that fake victim is going to take the hit for you? You must know that she told all of her friends that she's scared of you and that she knows you don't have her best interest in mind. She did this months ago before the shit hit the fan. Then she ensured you kept fighting. It seems like she's the smart one. She thought about her backup plan. You and Leah are getting hung out to dry. It's not too late to make a deal. but you better get there faster than she does because you're looking more and more attractive as a target instead of being a witness. It's your voice on the voicemails, your tweets. You're the one who exposed. Don't get me wrong, you deserve it, but it's probably time for you to talk before you're the only one left holding the bag. Didn't you see that was your role in the beginning? What a mistake. And that is a response to this tweet right here that says, "What crime did I commit? Come back with a statute, please." And then I guess somewhere in here, Bederow responds. I just don't see it. But it says here the timeline of events here is disturbing. The DAs on the Reed prosecution team must have known about the No True bill in late March. Why then, during Karen Reed's trial, did they submit a publicly filed motion seeking to exclude Turtle Boy from the courtroom, in which they alleged that Karen Reed, her attorneys, and Turtle Boy were conspiring to intimidate witnesses? They assuredly knew that the attorneys were never accused, which was a ridiculous assertion, and that Karen and Aiden were cleared several weeks earlier. Imagine the prejudice that would have attached to Karen if during trial a reporter picked up on this filing and generated attention. It would harm because of her alleged conduct, her attorney's alleged conduct, and in light of her other evidence, the court admitted about witnesses allegedly being harassed. This is not normal. Yeah, wild shit. So here, I'll play this. This is the footage that I have. I'm going to go ahead and play it. Now it's loud. Like this committee has lost complete control over this meeting. And this is Jen O'Donnell right up here up front with her signs. And she's pissed.
You guys because I'm looking you dead in the eyes. I'm telling you, you're lying to yourself. You disgusting bastard. You spread us about God and rights. We fought. Oh, I did.
Do you talk to your mother with your mouth?
Yeah, this is just absolute pandemonium in here at this point. And there's Dina. We love Dina, folks.
Yeah.
No, they ought to. I don't want my tax dollars funding your mouth.
No, you're gonna go home. You'll just go home.
I'm the firefighters.
I can put you in a room in my house. I'll have a goddamn meeting with you.
Not the chair.
Now my understanding of this is that they don't have enough time to talk. They're not being heard by the citizens. The citizens aren't being heard here, and they're the ones who matter. They're the ones who called for this audit. They're the ones who want reform. They want the Canton Police Department to do their fucking jobs. They want them to they want to go and see where their tax money is being spent within the Canton Police Department, and they have a right to this. They have a right to know this. And it's a fair fucking inquiry, dude, because when you look at the stuff, like when you look at the shit that the money that the people in this Canton Police Department make is ridiculous. And we know that they don't have the resources to preserve a crime scene. To properly preserve a crime scene, I understand that they don't handle murders, okay? They call in the Massachusetts State Police for that. But they should at least have the resources and the know-how and the training to preserve a crime scene properly. And the fact that the crime scene of Boston police officer John O'Keefe's death was horribly handled, from solo cups to being left for hours and hours and hours I mean, Stop and Shop bags. I mean, all of these things merit an audit. They merit an audit. When you have someone like Gallagher sitting on the stand and saying things like, I went home and I got a leaf blower because, I mean, I don't think it's normally what people would do, but I mean, we didn't know what else to do. That's a problem. That's a big problem. So these people simply want to know where their tax dollars are going because these questions are fair. This trial and this investigation has brought up some very concerning questions that these citizens have every right to ask. And they have every right to be agitated because they're not being heard on these matters.
Not the chair. Yes. You're a disgrace. You're an absolute disgrace. You're despicable. Hold on. One moment.
Okay. Let one man talk.
The only thing I can see is if we reschedule to the meeting, bigger place, so everybody can fit in. This meeting.
I have a comment. I have a comment.
I like this guy because he's just trying to I mean, for a guy in his position who has to be the muscle in a situation like that, he knows that muscle's not what it's going to take. These people just want to be heard. So he's trying to control the room and get everybody calm because nothing is going to be resolved at this point unless everyone calms down. And then you could start to, workshop solutions here. So I commend this gentleman here for at least trying to do his job and doing it in a smart way and in a reasonable manner.
So this meeting is it people that just get up and speak their piece?
No, basically the 5 people we had tabled the only speaking. Well, should be the only.
Supposed to be a fauna. You're a dictator. You're an angry leprechaun. Give it up, Bob. Retire.
Give it up, Bob. You're a dictator and you're an angry leprechaun.
Well,
we're on a very tight timeline as defined in our RFP. We don't have time to.
Our RFP. Oh boy.
Are you saying we cannot meet?
Oh boy.
You can meet.
Okay, thank you, Glamour-Suze. All right, so it's not a financial audit. Excuse me, I apologize. It is a compliance with policies and procedures only, which is also a major concern. Yeah, you should be offended because you are an angry leprechaun, Cherry.
Great.
Everyone needs
That wasn't stated.
How much can the sala room take? How many people can the sala room take? You don't know that?
October is Domestic Violence Awareness Month, and you are silencing the women of this community, and it is an abomination. Get it together. Go take a nap. Go have an early dinner.
Why don't you do public comment?
Go take a nap. Go have an early bird dinner.
Beginning of the meeting.
I
motion
love
to
it.
move public comment to the beginning of the meeting.
You angry little leprechaun.
Do no harm, Mr. Lewis. Do no harm. Yes.
What do you say?
I second. This is for your benefit here. Dismissive. Oh my God,
You're
so arrogant.
Can we get down to 32 or we have to cancel the meeting?
How about 32 men? How about 32 men?
Do no harm.
So that the people will leave the room and you will not have an occupancy issue. It's a fair
And
offer.
now what they're trying to do, they're trying to say, okay, well, we'll have certain amount of people leave so that this meeting can be conducted if you give us enough time to talk. So they're compromising here. What they're trying to do is come up with a compromise. And you see Dina here, and she's counting. She's counting heads. Dina's being incredibly proactive here, and she's counting heads.
I asked to have the room. I followed Robert's rules. You didn't adopt. You didn't.
If we walk out, they can have the meeting. If we buy this door, they can have the meeting.
So here, Dina is volunteering. She's proposing an offer to the person holding the camera, which I assume is either Dana or Tracy. And she's saying basically, okay, if we leave, they can have the meeting. So she's offering to leave. She's offering to eject herself from the meeting so that they can get something done. And I thought that was incredibly proactive on Dina's part. I was really impressed to see that. It was amazing.
I motioned the room to allow public comment to begin the meeting so the people can feel heard and you can carry on with business that is on a time frame. This is in your best interest. Will you negotiate with your citizens?
There you
Yes
go.
or no?
So right here, look at this little man. So right here, you've got Jen O'Donnell, and I'm going to play that one more time. Let's hear what she says.
On with comment to begin the I motioned the room to allow public comment to begin the meeting so the people can feel heard and you can carry on with business that is on a time frame. This is in your best interest. Will you negotiate?
Okay, so what she's saying is we want to have the meeting, but we want to be heard. So will you negotiate with us, with the citizens, on being heard so that this meeting can continue and we can continue a proactive interaction between the citizens and the people of the committee? Can we do that? Are you willing to do that? So she puts him on the spot in front of the whole world, right? Someone's even holding a sign that says the world is watching. Okay.
Negotiate with your citizens. Yes or no?
Will you violate our civil rights again? Yes or no?
Stop. All you have to do is say yes. And all of this stops. And we go one by one. And that's it. We leave. We walk out the door. You say your piece. You leave the room. It's a win-win.
Bob, big decision.
Right? It's a good negotiation. It appeases the people.
20 minutes.
Yay!
So she just negotiated the citizens to be able to have 20 minutes, from 3 minutes to 20 minutes. That's a huge win. That is amazing. It's actually absolutely fantastic.
20 minutes. Are you live?
So Jen excused herself and said, we'll leave as long as you give the citizens 20 minutes to be heard.
I got a motion to change the public comments from the last item on the agenda to the first item on the agenda. Do I have a motion?
I motion.
Did we open the meeting yet?
No, we have not. I'll call the meeting to order at 6 minutes, 4 minutes past.
No, not 20 minutes each, but 20 minutes by the citizens to be heard, I think is very, very good. A lot could be covered in 20 minutes.
All those in favor? It is for 20 minutes. 20 minutes, correct. No one speaker can speak the entire time.
So the deal is we get it down to 32. People talk and then leave, and other people.
Well, you're gonna maybe have to wait 20 minutes.
All right.
Be with you.
Oh, shut up. All right, hold on. Okay. Now, this is what took place right after that. This is what took place outside right after that.
Good job, Jen. Good job. You did it, Jen. You did it.
Come on. You're awake. Come on. Watch out.
Car.
She cheated us. All the public comments to the beginning. And I won.
Yeah, you did.
Yeah.
Are you serious? She is such a badass.
Yeah. You want to explain what's going on?
She's crying because she's happy.
I don't even digest what the hell's going on. So we got here and we walked in and they were basically just going to move along with the meeting. It's Jen.
She won. In 20 minutes.
And no one would have gotten paid.
Yep, so everybody will calm down.
Because then they would have had to wait the whole meeting to speak, and we don't want everyone, we just want to say our piece and leave. Like, what we say isn't going to change the meeting anyway, so just let us be heard. So in order to not make them cancel the meeting or start kicking people out, I negotiated that we move the public comments to the beginning.
You did it, Jen. You did it.
So that's what happened. She negotiated to have the public comments to the beginning, and they get 20 minutes. So that way they could just be heard and fucking leave. Like, they don't give a shit about their little, back and forths. You know what I mean? They want to fucking leave. So that the other citizens can sit in and talk and listen. But they want to be able to speak their mind so that they know how the citizens feel about everything. And then, we'll just leave. You don't have to worry about us standing around,
Paul McCarthy to his knees. You should give me a call.
So just a quick, I'm sorry I went live so quickly, but the action was happening. We're at the Canton audit meeting where the last meeting did not go so well as far as how the men of the room, the men in charge, were treating the women, kicking them out, just treating them with just so much disrespect. So we came today with a bunch of men and a bunch of women. And Jen O'Donnell got up there and she, I'm blown away. I'm blown away what she just said and what she just did. But she got them to agree to having public comment first. And it goes to 20 minutes rather than the bullshit time they were giving them before. So they can't be cut off for 20 minutes.
There you
That's
go.
A huge victory here. Huge.
There
Huge
you go.
victory. And Jen's just.
All right. All right, phone lines are now open. I mean, y'all that are acting like that's not a big deal, man. That's a big deal because These people never listen to the citizens ever. And then finally she was in a position to where the citizens were outraged, and this dude was in a position to where he had to negotiate. Like, they can't conduct those meetings with that kind of chaos going on. But it's going to be chaos if you don't acknowledge the people who are affected by your fucking little meeting. Like, it's inevitable. These people are going to get outraged and they're going to want to be heard. So just give them the time to be heard. Yeah, it's not yeah, nobody's saying that it's like they won the whole goddamn thing. I'm saying that they finally they finally made some ground. They gained yards is what they did. They got a first down. You know? And when the defense is always cheating, you know what I mean? I guess nobody wants to call in, really? Like nobody? Hold on a second. Oh. Oh man. I'm not taking this call because like it's gonna dox like the caller ID is showing something that I'm like, I know they don't want shown. So I'm not taking that call. Okay. Sorry, I had to get another bang.
Call from.
Oh, I got there too late. And thank you, Gloria.
Call from.
You're on. Who am I speaking with?
It's Donna. What's up? Well,
What's up, Donna?
From Woburn, Mass. How are you?
I'm doing great. How are you?
I'm fabulous. I figured you felt lonely up there, so I figured I'd call in.
I appreciate it. Thank you. I'm glad you did.
You're welcome. Nice hat.
Thanks.
I heard you were in Boston and didn't come visit us.
What do you mean?
Weren't you here recently?
Yeah, but I didn't come visit you specifically. No, I mean, if you were at the courthouse, I did.
No, unfortunately, I'm working again, so I have no life. That's why you haven't heard from me, or else I'd be calling every night.
Oh, okay.
So what's up? What's going on here? I've been out of the loop a little bit. It's still bullshit. Everything's still bullshit, right? I'm still correct in where I stand. I can't wait, and I seriously cannot wait, and I will call in sick if I have to watch them all get fucking cuffed.
Yeah, I mean,
I can't wait. I can't wait.
I mean, it seems like it definitely seems like Bederow and Bradel have got their numbers.
Yeah, you think?
Yeah, like it seems like Bederow is like giving a courtesy and sending these letters and going, "This is what we got." So we're telling you,
shit. They don't even know what they're talking about.
Yeah,
they're just making shit up as they go along because they know they're fucked. You know what I mean?
Who?
Everybody, the whole fucking circle of them, all the way down from this new case that's going on. You know what I mean? I'm not even following that, but it's pretty much a fucking No brainer.
Yeah. Yeah. Definitely. Yeah. It's
Yeah,
pretty wild.
Crusty Panties. I can't even get over that name, Crusty Panties. That's fucking hilarious.
Yeah, it is.
He's fucking lit. You
It
might want
is.
to just
I
settle the
don't
fuck
know the
down.
story. I don't know the story behind that, but I know there's a story. But it's probably gross. All right, I'm gonna take the
I'm
next
gonna go with
caller.
this road. Absolutely. Have a good night,
You
kiddo.
too. Thanks. Bye-bye.
All right. Bye-bye.
All right, next caller.
Call from
Mike,
You're on. Who am I speaking with?
what's going on? Will, this is Mike from Canton.
What's up, Mike from Canton?
Not much. How are you?
Pretty fucking fantastic. How are you?
Good. I just wanted to call and say thank you. I've been listening for a long time. Actually, I'm an ER nurse and a paramedic. My coworkers and family members are sick of listening to me hearing talking about this, but I was like hearing you guys making sure I'm not crazy, so it's good.
No, I appreciate it. So you're a first responder in Canton, and you watch the show and enjoy it, and so I would imagine you're quite affected by what's going on there locally.
Correct. I don't work in Canton specifically. I work in the area, but yes, I definitely affected by it. Know quite a few people that are involved. It's absolutely insane. People used to think I was crazy just talking about the Karen Reed thing, and I said, wait until you hear about Sandra Birchmore. It keeps getting crazier and crazier.
Yeah. It does. I mean, it's insane. And the Turtle Boy stuff, whether you like it or not, it just is. I'm gonna say it many, many times. You cannot properly tell the Karen Reed case story without telling the Turtle Boy case story. It can't be done. Like, it's part of it. It just is.
Ain't that the truth? But it's a tangled web we weave, that's for sure. But I just wanted to come on here and say thank you, keep it up, and keep kicking ass.
Hey, it means a lot that you watch and support. Thanks, Mike. Appreciate you, buddy.
Take care. Bye-bye.
All right, bye-bye. Once upon a time.
call from
You're on. Who am I speaking with?
Hello.
Yeah, who am I speaking with?
Hi, this is Lexi Maxwell. Hi.
Hi, Lexi Maxwell.
How are you?
I'm great. How are you?
I am actually in Estero, Florida, so I'm dealing with the storm.
Oh my goodness. I hope you're safe.
Oh, I am very safe. We're having a hurricane party.
Oh, right on. I guess your power hasn't gone out. Well, that's good.
No, it hasn't gone out where I'm at in Naples. We're a little bit south of it, but I do have friends north that are without power already. So, but you're entertaining me, which is awesome.
Good.
You do quite often. So I decided to become a member or subscribe to something there, so I'll get VIP access.
Excellent. Yes. Yes, Lexi, you get VIP access.
And I love your T-shirt.
Oh, thanks. I love it too.
My godfather is her producer.
Okay.
George Tobin. He's the one back in the day who produced and discovered her and everything, and kind of came up with that paradigm of having talent perform at the mall.
Yeah. Yeah. I have great memories of Tiffany's music and videos as a child.
Yes. You look so young. It must be that Latin blood keeping you youthful.
Yeah, that would probably be it. That would probably be it.
I'm Dominican. I'm Dominican. I don't know what kind of Latino you are, but
I'm Dominican as well.
Get out of here.
Yeah.
No way.
Mm-hmm. Ask me
Pero tú
something.
pareces puro gringo. Tú pareces puro gringo.
Sí, yo parece gringo. ¿Qué te parece, Cholito? Ya tú
I
sabes.
can't believe it. Ya tú sabes. I can't believe it. I thought you were going to say Cuban.
No, but my Spanish is mostly Cuban because I grew up in Miami, so most of my friends were Cuban. And
I grew up in Jersey, so I grew up around Cuban people too in Hudson County, so I understand it. But listen, Glare, I don't want to take things off topic a little bit here.
Okay.
Because I can easily, apparently, you know.
Mhm.
If you can get into the Dominican thing, and there's another level. But no, I wanted to just comment on quickly that I feel like this is a really huge educational experience for a lot of us people who are always seeking the truth. And I like that when you say that you're not like a true crime channel, you're a real crime channel, you know?
Yeah.
This is actually happening, like in real time. And this is us just getting like a perspective into one area, one location. And this probably, you know, goes down in so many different parts of America that don't get the exposure that this has. And the fact that it's now being, well, what you read with us and everybody else that, you know, that I saw that read the Mr. Bederow's letter, that part 2 letter is like unbelievable that they would really take a young man like Turtle Boy, who's a dad, and try to take him away from his children just to be vengeful.
Just to try to hurt him. Yeah, just to try to shut him up.
Like,
crazy.
Damn, like you.
Because that's
Oh
not
my
that's not Krusty Panty's motive. Krusty Panty's motive is just to destroy him. But the Commonwealth used Krusty Panties to try to shut him up because he was responsible for discovering so much exculpatory evidence in the Karen Reed case. So
And that link that you and everybody else is demonstrating to us is like, it really just blows my mind, because like you could see how the sequence of events that were happening behind the scenes for both of these people, Karen and Turtle Boy, and how really people were invested in getting this done. I don't know people like that unless they're like in the mafia, because I'm from Jersey, so I don't know.
I mean, it's not unfair. You know, you look at Michael Morrissey and like, look at these people. Like they're using their badges to muscle people, to intimidate, and they're using a very unconstitutional law to unjustly prosecute people. It's insane. So it's like you have, I mean, think about the efforts being used to investigate rubber duckies right now. And these are the very same people that are being named here for railroading Turtle Boy, and the very people that Turtle Boy has accused and shown proof that there's reason to suspect that Karen Reed is absolutely being framed, to say the least, if he didn't outright prove that she is being framed.
You know, I don't have much experience like in the law. But you might have a little bit more insight because of the relationships that you have in this space. Like, is this something that the state or the federal government, you know, seeing all these eyes on this part of Massachusetts, is this something that the federal government could say like, you know what, something's going on there, we don't like it, and now, you know, they do like a lockdown or shut down, or they just stop whatever's happening and they put in people to be also decision makers? Because I mean, this is just us getting a perspective on two people. I mean, this obviously has had to happen in the past. It's probably happening to other people.
Oh,
currently.
for sure. Like, I mean, trust me, if if Bederow knows all this stuff, the feds know it, you know? So I mean, it's just depending on when the federal government feels like they have a case strong enough to prosecute Michael Morrissey and anyone else who is prosecutable in all of this. So and there's a lot that they're going to cover. We're hyper focused on Karen Reed and Turtle Boy, right? But if the United States Attorney's Office is investigating Michael Morrissey's office, then they're looking at a lot of cases, not just Karen Reed, not just Turtle Boys. They're looking at a lot of cases. So this is going to take some time for them to put a case together that they know is going to be airtight and is going to guarantee a conviction or many convictions.
You know what I want to find out is a situation where the federal government came down on a DA and something that kind of mimics this. I'm going to do a little research on that just to see what that looked like and what happened, because this is really like supernatural. It's just supernatural to see these. I mean, the privilege of being exposed to these things because of the dedication you and so many people in this space like you put into it. You know, you give us what I call, the street. We're sitting on this front stoop talking about this. You give us that good, bad, and ugly kind of approach, which makes it easy for me to understand. And I'm just really blown away by just the Turtle Boy thing. Is now that I have a better understanding of it, it's unbelievable that someone would go that far to really destroy the lives of two children whose father is completely committed to their upbringing.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know. I think about things like that, but I know that not everybody's like me. And not to just not to have enough grace to be like, you know what, let me just drop this. Like, I'm losing control. Like, you know what I mean? Like, what am I doing? Like, it's like a person, I don't know, doesn't know how to self-edit. Like, you don't know when to like self-correct and say, maybe I should just stop. But I don't know. I've never felt that level of hatred towards anybody. But listen, I don't want to take up any more of your time. I don't want to block your calls. I want to come here, tease you a little bit, and engage and participate. And
I'm glad you did.
I'll let you know that I'm happy to become a member, and I definitely respect your approach. And now that I know que eres un Dominique como yo, like that even makes it even cooler. So I'll be I'll throw out the Dominican flag in your chat just so you know, and just showing you love. All right. So keep the good work, and God bless you and your beautiful pet. All right.
All right. Thank you so much. Appreciate you.
Bye, Papito.
All right. Bye. She called me Papito. All right. Next caller. You're on. Who am I speaking with?
Hey, Will, it's Laura. How are you?
I'm good, Laura. How are you?
I'm real good. I'm in New Jersey, and I just wanted to say I'm listening to everything that you're saying tonight about this new letter. Kate Peters is a rat. A rat. In Jersey, she's a rat. She eats the cheese, and she is going to get what is coming down the pipe for her.
Well, what's going to happen inevitably, and I love that we get to watch in real time, because this is not a person of integrity. It's not a person of integrity at all. She is going to bring down the entire house. She is going to be the one who is exactly that, a rat, or as Cherry likes to say, a grass, which I have picked up as well. I love the British term for that, a grass. She's a grass.
Yes.
Which means that she's very low. Low
100%.
Low to the ground.
100%.
She will
I don't
absolutely
understand.
flip on anyone she can to save her own sorry ass.
Well, you know what? I think that comes from her being so hatred within herself.
Yeah.
I mean, how could you do something like this to somebody else without having that hatred within yourself?
Agreed. No, yeah, this is all, yeah. But see, this is how the world works. I mean, eventually, the truth is something that is just is. It's not something that you can fight. It's not something that you can't bury it. It's gonna come up. It's gonna get its air. You know.
Yeah.
And it's inevitable. And
Yeah.
this is what's happening now. You could sit there and try to bury the truth all you want, but the truth is going to dig its way out, and it's going to and it's going to breathe one way or the other.
100%. 100%. And she's very quiet today on Twitter. What did I do? What crime did I commit? This girl has no clue. No clue.
It's fun to watch her crawl, isn't it? It's fun.
I love it. I absolutely love it. I've dealt with a person like this in my lifetime. And you know what? It's like self-satisfaction for me.
Yeah.
Hearing what she's doing, and I know what the outcome is going to be. She is not going to like it. And she's not going to like when she has no freedom to roam the street, which is going to happen.
Yeah. I wonder if Ken Mello's taking her calls right now. Because
I seriously doubt it.
I wonder if Brian Tully's taking her calls right now, because she's trying to call. And yeah, I seriously doubt it too. I'm sure this is Tully going, oh God. Nope. Oh God.
Yeah, 100%. 100%. And I love it. I absolutely love it. I can't wait to see her walking down to the courthouse and seeing who's going to walk with her up and down the stairs. Is it going to be Grant again? I seriously doubt it.
Yeah. I mean, it's just so funny. Like, I can't wait to find out what the Plevins are doing. Because I think, as a matter of fact, might be, oh no. Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't even really think about him. He's a non-entity in my mind. He takes up no space whatsoever.
Yeah, he's talking about something else. He's trying to he's just focused on the Karen Reed. He's got some bullshit guest on.
Yeah.
I don't know who that is, but I'm not going to do Plevinisms tonight.
But I love your new word, guanoso. I love it.
Guanosis. Yes.
Guanosis? Okay.
Guanosis.
There you go.
Yes.
Yep. I had one or two of them in my lifetime.
Yeah.
Anyway, I won't hold you up. It's been great speaking with you.
You too. Thanks for calling. I appreciate you.
Okay. No problem. Bye.
Bye-bye. I did go over the Bederow tweet, Cherry.
Call from.
You're on. Who am I speaking with?
Oh my goodness, it's Candy.
Oh my God. Hi, Candy.
Hi, how are you?
I'm great. How are you? You might want to turn me down in your background there.
Yeah, I just figured out I've never done this before.
No, it's cool. It's all good.
So I just wanted to say, this shit goes higher, I'm going to swear right on your show, than even just Michael Morrissey. I mean, they're a congressman, and what do you guys call it? Doxing, like kind of throwing people under the bus?
Doxing is when you share someone's personal information. Yeah.
But what's in the newspaper? Hold on. What? Well, he just called me, and I'm on the phone.
And don't be getting me in trouble with your man. You called me.
No. My son wants the car, and he's at work, and he's going on break.
Oh.
I'm like, you deal with it. Why do I have to? You're 20 years old. You can deal with it. But I just want to say, so if you go into the Norwood Reporter, which is part of, the whole Morrissey bullshit, and you read the opinion, the editorial shit from like, I don't even know when it started. I know my dad, see, there I go, had sent me an email. They were basically trying to lie and say he was bribing people with $100. You're talking people that make six figures because they want him out because they won't play by Morrissey's rules.
Wait, who's bribing who? What are you talking about?
Okay. So if you read, so I'm going to say it because, well, God, I hate to do it, but there's articles about it. So my father was the Norwood fire chief.
Okay.
Part of the reason he waited so long to do it was because he doesn't play
To do
politics.
what?
He doesn't play with to become chief.
To become a chief. Okay.
So he waited to become chief of Norwood Fire Department.
Gotcha.
Because he doesn't play with any politicians. He doesn't play that way.
Okay. Gotcha. Yeah. He wouldn't play ball.
Yep.
There was a lot of red tape and politics going on, and he was like, yeah, I don't need to be chief. If that's what the job is. Right. I got you.
Ooh. And I hope that the town manager of Norwood doesn't get mad at me. But he doesn't play with them either.
Okay.
So there are articles. So my dad, because he was turning 65, they wanted to keep him because he did really good with the taxpayer money, the response time for the ambulances, and, blah, blah, blah. So there was a whole bill that went through it. So the Dedham fire chief and my father both were up, and they'd go through the Senate and the House and all that crap. Well, Dedham, they extended him for 2 or 3 years, and they wouldn't do my father. They wanted my father out so bad, they started making up lies. So my dad was emailing, obviously, me and other family members, and he's like, they can't scare me.
Right.
They were threatening to press charges on him for bribery of putting $100 in some selectman's hand. I'm like, what is that going to do for somebody who makes 6 figures?
Yeah.
$100.
$100.
I go, what kind of bribe is that? But they want to charge him.
You can't even bribe me with $100.
Same here. And I'm broke.
Right.
Like, that's insane. But this is like, there's a congressman involved with Morrissey. So thank God for Turtle Boy calling like this shit out, because the feds have to be looking into all of this shit.
Right.
But you can read about what I'm talking about. The last one was in the Norwood Reporter on their website back in February of 23. And there were articles about it all along in the opinion piece. Like, basically, whoever writes the opinion piece, I think pretty much was like, these people are pieces of shit. And I don't know if people are afraid to run against Morrissey. People are afraid to vote against him. Like, I don't understand why he would do that.
I think there's already 2 people that have stepped up to run against Morrissey.
I saw it. That now.
There's one lady who stepped up. I know that. And I went over, but yeah. I mean, that's the whole thing. It's just like, I only urge people. I mean, it's really none of my business because I don't live there, but I would urge people, just, warn them of the whole meet the new boss type situation. Just make sure you do your due diligence and make sure that I say find a candidate and nominate them yourselves, or at least do your due diligence on the candidates that are running against Morrissey and make sure that they're an improvement.
And again, that goes with your selectmen and your congressmen.
Yeah.
I swear. And that's the thing. But especially anybody who's in cahoots with Morrissey. But yes, we all need to do that here. But yeah. And I just wanted to say that because even though that's minor compared to poor Karen Reed and Sandra Birchmore.
Yeah.
But that's how they are. They make stuff up. And Turtle Boy even. I mean, he lost 60 days of his life because of these people that do this crap.
Yeah.
Agreed. But, and like I said, even that shit with my father is minor compared, but it's how they operate, just period, all around.
Yeah.
So, and I'm glad the feds are looking into that, and hopefully they're looking into all of these things. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
But
I mean,
I hear you getting another call.
It's gonna take a little time. It'll take a little time, but I think
it definitely will.
Right now, I think we should just focus on on being grateful that there's a lot of new information presenting itself.
yeah.
And we just have to have faith that the right people are getting this information as well and are going to do something with it. So,
And you're 100% right on that. You are. But all right. Well, thank you for answering my call.
all right, no problem. Thanks for calling.
All right. Good. You guys are doing great work. Thank
Thanks. Appreciate it.
All right.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Yeah, who's Pleasant? Who's Pleasant? I don't know who Pleasant is.
Call
Oh, shit. Okay.
call from
You're on. Who am I speaking with?
Hey, Will, it's Case.
What's up, Case?
Hey, so I just kind of had a hypothetical, so to speak. If you were at the audit meeting the other evening and you had the opportunity to, I guess, sit or stand in front of Bob, and I guess my question is, what would you say to him?
Oh, geez. I have never attended one of these meetings. I would not presume to have anything to say to Bob other than let the citizens talk. I think 20 minutes is reasonable, in theory, but if someone who resided in Canton disagreed with me, I would not argue with it. You know what I mean? Because I don't live there. I definitely believe that there are questions that need answering. I definitely believe that there's some bad things going on within the Canton Police Department, some serious good old boy bullshit going on in the Canton Police Department. And the citizens of Canton have absolutely every right to ask these questions and get answers and have a civil discourse with those who make these decisions in order to make the proper changes to where they know that their tax money is going towards them being safe, and everything is every decision that the Canton Police Department is making is based on the safety and well-being of its citizens. That's what I believe. But I mean, I wouldn't be saying anything that the people of Canton wouldn't be saying, you know?
Yeah, I mean, absolutely. I mean, 100% fair to say with everything that you have. Not to sound dismissive or anything of that nature, but I guess more so the hypothetical is, if you were a citizen of Canton and you had that opportunity, I guess, what would you be speaking directly to Bob as far as that goes?
Well, I mean, I'm not a citizen of Canton, Case. So I mean, I don't know. I don't know. The only thing that I can do here with this channel is as an observer express my personal opinions as someone in my position with my perspective. That's all I can. I would never presume to speak for the people of Canton.
All right, fair to say. All right, thank you very much.
You're welcome, Case. Thanks for calling, buddy.
Bye.
Bye-bye. I mean, yeah, I probably would get spicy Michelle Bowling, and I get where he's coming from. In theory, I could see him wondering why I what I would say, but it's a slippery slope. I don't want to speak for the people of Canton or tell them what they should or shouldn't be saying or doing, or or even imply it.
call from
You're on. Who am I speaking with?
Oh, hey, Will.
Hey,
Hey, my name is Ajira. How are you?
what is your name?
It's a really hard one. Ajira,
Ajira.
Ajira. Yeah.
Ajira. I like it. Okay.
Thanks. Big fan of the whole crew. And I don't know. I never thought I would call in, but I was actually watching last night, and it reminded me of something that Jen McCabe said when she was on the stand. And during her testimony, she said something about how she thought that John O'Keefe might have walked home with Chris Albert from the waterfall, which is a total lie, obviously.
Yeah,
like
that's not
everything
accurate
she
at
said.
all. We know that that's not true.
Exactly. And it got me thinking. I'm like, why would she say that?
Who said that?
Jen McCabe on the stand. She was like, when Karen came and, woke me up and was like, where's John? Where's John? And she's like, I didn't know where he was because he didn't come in the house. I thought maybe he walked home with Chris. And I'm like, that's the biggest load of shit ever. And she almost like catches herself and then like tries to move on real quickly. But it tripped me out. And I'm like, that is the biggest lie
Yeah,
ever.
I'm
And
gonna have to revisit that.
Yeah, you should rewatch it. I just want to bounce it off anyone else who's familiar with this case because I thought it was
Yeah,
really
I've been meaning. I
small
haven't. There's just been one new thing after the other, and then I went on vacation as well. So I've been meaning to go over old testimony.
Yeah.
And the next one I was going to go over was Jen McCabe's testimony. So I'll do that soon.
Definitely. I would love to hear your thoughts on that because it just blew my mind. And then there's been two other things that came up. One today, earlier on Melanie's channel, she was playing the court TV or whatever, the interview that they did with the fake victim and Krusty Pants.
Okay.
And the Krusty Pants says live on the air during the interview about Colin Albert and how he's being harassed. And she says he wasn't even in the house at the same time as John.
Right.
And maybe you already knew that, but I haven't seen that yet.
Yeah, actually, I can't play it while you're on the phone, but I'm gonna close with it. I'll play it as soon as we hang up. But yeah, great point.
Yeah.
I have it
like-
pulled up right now. So as soon as I hang up with you, I'll play it for everyone to
Okay.
see what you're talking about. But thank you so much for calling. I appreciate it.
Yeah, of course. One more thing I saw today on Aussie Insider, you made a really good point about the blood being on the snow when they found John,
Right.
but it hadn't snowed yet. So if his body was there at midnight,
The snow would have
all
covered
blood
up the
would be
snow.
under the snow.
Yeah,
exactly,
snow would
and
have
the
covered
blood's
up
on
the
top
blood.
of the snow.
Right.
Yeah, so just a few things that I noticed throughout the most recent stuff. But thanks for taking my call, and I know you've got people waiting, so I'll
Oh
let you
no,
go.
you're good. Thank you for calling. I appreciate you.
Yeah, appreciate you.
All right. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
So here's what she's talking about. This is very short. This was posted by Reality Check. You guys know. So Reality Check posted this, and this is very interesting right here. Hold on. It's a lot more interesting when there's sound.
That's right. He's 17 at the time of the incident. He wasn't even in the house when John O'Keefe was, right? He wasn't even in the house when John O'Keefe was. He wasn't even in the house when John O'Keefe was. Come on, dude. He wasn't even in the house when John O'Keefe was.
Oops. Yeah. So here you have, no, that could have just been a slip of the tongue. She could have just misspoke. But considering everything that we know now, I mean, it's fair to not assume that is her misspeaking. considering everything that we know now, because not only did she slip and say this, but Caitlin Albert said something very similar while she was on the stand as well. So I'm gonna lean towards that's a slip, not a misspoke, but she slipped and said that Colin Albert was not in the house when John was in the house. And it's almost as though it's like verbatim what Caitlin Albert said when she was on the stand. So very interesting. Very, very interesting. Guys, I hope that you are enjoying the channel. I am officially an independent commentator. Okay? The anti-Sue O'Connell. Not mainstream media commentator. I am an independent commentator. And I appreciate you guys joining me and watching. Thank you guys. Please make sure to hit the like if you haven't already. All the new subscribers, thank you guys. I hope you're enjoying the channel. You continue to enjoy the channel. And thank you guys who have been subscribers so much. So much. You guys are amazing. And thank you guys for all the support. You guys are amazing. And I'm so grateful. I love you guys so very much. You guys are absolutely fantastic. And I cannot express how wild I am about you guys. And so therefore, this evening has come to a close. I love you guys very much, and we will do this again very soon, my friends.